Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another podcast from Overbite Gaming, the place to go where you want news about stuff that no one cares about. I'm the majestic Snare, and with me today, as always, is the less majestic Lee.
I'm the bubo on the arse of humanity.
Yeah, I think you've said that before. You're going through your old ones now.
Well, there's only so many horrible things in the world that I can be compared to, I suppose.
Well, yeah, true. I don't have any beer with me today, so do you want to christen? Well done.
There we go.
I was drinking last night, so I don't really want to have any beer right now.
You know, he was drinking to excess last night, I think is the word.
Yeah, I was slightly dibbled, and I was definitely on my way, and I had to work, so... Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about some bits and bobs that have popped out in the last few days. Well done, Lee, talking about state of the channel and stuff to kick off with. Well done on your last two videos, doing quite well, and just basically slamming some gaming celebrities.
Yes, internet drama is the best drama.
Well, I think it was topical as well. I mean, those things, if you guys haven't seen it, Lee's made two videos on WTF, was it what the fuck, ProJared, and what was the other one?
It's Randy Pitchford.
Randy Knobford. Yeah. Yeah, those were good videos, and well done. Got a few views. Well done.
Smashing. Yeah, I was really sort of hesitant to do the ProJared thing because it's such a he said, she said sort of situation. But I've been subscribed to the guy for years, and so it felt like a bit of a kick in the balls from him. So I was like, I need to speak about this.
Yeah, well, it's an opinion, isn't it? So at the end of the day, like, when you're under the microscope, you know, and you're successful on YouTube, then you can't go around doing shit like that. Just can't.
And you especially don't announce your personal shit on Twitter.
Yeah, and then blocking your other half and shit like that. It's just bad form.
And then saying you wanted it kept private, despite having brought it up on Twitter.
Yeah, knob jockey.
Yeah.
But yes, so well done on those videos. I think I'll be doing a couple of more videos coming up on Warframe. Haven't done any videos on Warframe for about 8 months, you know that?
Yeah, it's been bliss.
But for all you guys who do enjoy the Warframe content, I'm sorry for not doing any, but there wasn't really much to talk about that hadn't already been said. Most of the time it was new stuff coming out and people talking about it. But I'll be doing a couple kind of like updates on the state of Warframe. I'm also going to probably get close to doing my 1,000-hour review, which that will happen when it happens, which would be an interesting one because I think my most played game to date before that was probably Elder Scrolls Oblivion days. I think that was probably my most played, about 400 hours or something.
Yeah, I've got several games above 400 hours, so
yeah,
I'm a bit of a boss.
So I definitely I've sunk a lot of time into Warframe, and so I'll be going through some bits and bobs on that. So watch this space; it's going to be amazing.
Yes, I will watch the space, and I'll just be like, "There's his Warframe video. Watch, thumb up, back out."
So one thing to start off in, let's go to our first topic. Now, this is one that I am aware of because I watched it just before we started this podcast, is the Death Stranding trailer.
Yep, Death Stranding trailer was dropped and a tentative release date of I think it was the end of this year, wasn't it?
8th of November.
8th of November, there you go. That's pretty much the end of the year.
Yeah, I'll let you have that one.
Oh, thanks.
It's I'm excited by it. I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to show anything on the actual podcast video. But I think that would be a bit cheap, to be fair. But in terms of like reaction to it without doing a reaction video, I like the fact it's very strange because that fits in with the Kojima thing. He's very much a crazy man when it comes to his storytelling, his like weird settings and characters and stuff. So that looks very Kojima. And it looks like it's potentially a playable game rather than just some kind of art project. So that looks good.
I think that's a bit harsh. I mean, all of Kojima's sort of previous games have been playable games. I mean, I've not enjoyed Metal Gear Solid 5 very much. I didn't really like that particularly, but then again, Konami did have their hands in that.
Yeah, I'm not saying his games were never playable games, but you know, when the kind of the sneaker teaser trailers came out, it's like, what the fuck is this? It had no kind of theme or feeling to it apart from it being babies, spirit things, and like weird shit. It didn't make any sense.
Hannibal and Daryl.
Yeah, it wasn't grounded. And this latest trailer showing a bit more sort of gameplay stuff. Now you can see the kind of game that it might end up being with its extendable ladders and climbing hooks and punching and carrying and babies
and stealth.
Yeah, well, come on, it's going to be scary shit, and you haven't really got any weapons of no. I think I saw a gun come out towards the end, but yeah, go ahead and have a check out. Let us know what you think down in the comments regarding the Kojima masterpiece. I hope it's going to be a masterpiece because I think the PS4 has been killing it with games recently, so this might be another one to put on the pile.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not super excited for it. I mean, I may get more hyped as it nears release, but at the moment, I'm just like, it's an open world sneaky game that's a bit weird. So
yeah, but PS4 has done some good things in this cycle, and these games have found their sweet spot in last year. So I'm hopeful. And remember, this is a pre-release trailer. Let's not get overhyped. Just admire the fact that it could be a good one.
Also, like, can we just address the fact that, like, our dude's name, can't remember it, Daryl.
Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus, thank you. He looks like a rat. I don't know why he's getting all these leading parts, because he looks like a mouse man.
Lee, it's because women love him.
Women like mice men?
No, they like Daryl.
Why?
You got to remember, he was in another film I noticed the other day that I completely...
Boondock Saints?
No, there was not. I can't remember the film, but it was like he popped up when I rewatched it. I was like, "Fucking hell, it's bloody Daryl."
Blade 2?
Might have been a bit. It was something that he was much younger in, so it was probably around that sort of time. It might have been Blade 2.
Yeah, he played Scud with his Dunkin' Donuts or whatever.
But it was just weird to see him younger.
Yeah, he just looks old and tired and with a really bad haircut. And this has come from a bold man.
You can still have bad hair, mate.
Yeah. His bags under his eyes are bigger than mine. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but he's probably stuffed them full of money, whereas you're stuffed full of disappointment.
And tears.
Yeah, after that scathing put down. Ray!
Oh, that's very nice, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I'm still hungover.
No, okay, you're still crabby. I got you.
Yeah, fuck off. Yeah, so I'll tell you one thing that I did see recently. I mean, the Death Stranding trailer aside, I watched a video the other day on this guy done full-on research on the YouTube algorithms on trending and why all this mainstream stuff was being put on and pushed to people, and whereas normal creators have to work a lot harder to become trending. And I just have to say, big ups to your fucking endeavour, my friend. I just wanted to get that in there before we talk about something else.
My endeavour? I thought we agreed to call him Pete.
But it was a really good video, and I thought it was one of those things that not many people have the time or inclination to look into, and it was quite telling, the results. Obviously, YouTube isn't a place for creators anymore. It's a place for traditional media, and both of you listening can probably attest to that.
Yes, and podcasts are apparently a big thing, although our numbers wouldn't agree with that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not really something we've built up a following for, is it? But, I mean, if people like it, we do more, but they don't, but we don't care, so...
Well, the big problem with YouTube and podcasts is you need to be a YouTube Premium member to really listen to it properly, because if you turn your phone off, it goes away. So you got to put it in your pocket with your phone on, and then, of course, you're butt dialing things, unless you've got Premium, which it will continue when you turn your phone off. Also, I'm aware of. So that's a bit shitty, really. Yeah,
that is a bit shit. But it's a nice place to kind of distill things without having to perform in a video. I do like doing podcasts.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I listen to podcasts a lot at like work. I watch, the Joe Rogan Experience, stuff like that. Michael Bisping's one.
Oh, talking of Joe Rogan, do you see that deep fake of him?
Oh, what, the face thing?
No, the fucking voice.
No, I don't. I know they do like an AI version of him.
So they've done the AI, the deep fake photo and changing it into a moving image thing. That's fair enough. But what they've done is they've taken AI and done a deep fake on, because Joe Rogan's got so much content out there
Yeah.
that the AI has basically learned how to speak like Joe Rogan, and they've made him say things that Joe Rogan would never say and has never said. And it's got the breaths in there, it's got the intonation of his words, it's got the way he changes his voice to be kind of like that, and then like normal. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So we're now entering an age where we're not going to be able to tell what is fucking real at all.
Does it smoke as much pot as him?
Probably. Come on, it's legal over there, so it's fine.
Yeah. I know. If my girlfriend, didn't dislike the smell of it, I'd probably do it on occasion. Yes, I have done it on occasion before.
Not in this country, I hope, Lee, because it's illegal.
Yeah, not for long.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think it's going to stay illegal here for long. We're too far up the Americans' asses for that.
I don't think you can't say that. Half, fucking 90% of our fucking audience is American.
Oh, come no! I mean, they're like the masters, and we are the servants. Little Tony Blair was like the little lapdog, wasn't he?
Yeah, this is going political already. We're only in like 10 minutes. But yeah, so what's else happening in the kind of the gaming sphere then, Lee? Come on, hit me.
Okay, so like the game that I was looking forward to, Cyberpunk 2077, along with The Last of Us 2, has been confirmed to at earliest will be the start of next year, so it won't be making an appearance this year.
Which is brilliant. More like that, please. Don't rush fucking games out, you nonces.
Well, it's hardly rushed. They've been working on it since like 2015.
Yeah, but look what happened to fucking the car crash of Anthem. That was 6 years in development. It was a piece of shit.
Well, yes, it was 6 years in development, but they actually only made the game in like a year, didn't they?
That's their fault. They had it for 6 years. But what I mean is you cannot rush this stuff, and the environment at the moment makes companies rush games out because they need to make money. And with companies like CD Projekt Red, they know what they're doing in terms of building that world, and they don't want to be throwing out something that's a bit shit. And there will be crunches, and that whole practice is bollocks, but they I think as a company, they know quality, don't they?
Well, to be fair, I mean, like the whole crunch culture, it's not just in the video game world. I mean, like you work on projects, you know what it's like when you get to an end of the project and everybody's like fucking running around with their hair on fire.
Yeah, that's kind of acceptable, but not in when you're dealing with video games. The crunch is a little bit more aggressive, isn't it?
Well, I think the problem is you get companies that mismanage it so badly that it ends up like a 6-month crunch.
Yeah, or you get companies that are crunch all the time.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be good? Go on.
It's expected to be sort of like at the end of a big project where you need to meet that deadline. Yeah, you could expect people to work more hours, which is fine, and have that sort of crunch culture. I would expect that because that happens everywhere. But like when you're doing it all the time or for 6 months, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. The problem I think with CD Projekt Red is that we only ever see the end result. For most people, only see the end result. So like, oh yeah, they do good games. They don't see the behind the scenes shit that goes on. And yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting how the games industry changes over the next 5 years.
Yeah, you should check out a content creator called Outstar. She's been releasing some vampire videos sort of based on the upcoming game that I've been watching, and it turns out she was previously an employee of CD Projekt Red.
Oh, is she hot?
Some might like her.
That's not really a glowing recommendation, is it?
She's okay. If I'd had a couple of beers and was horny, I wouldn't say no.
You paused and then said, some may like her. Like, that's not good.
Well, I was weighing up. I'm trying to like not do her a disservice, but not lie.
Oh dear. Anyway, so so we got Cyberpunk 2077 and Last of Us 2. I still have to finish Last of Us 1 because I never got around to it.
I finished it.
So it's tell you what, that game, we both agree that first like intro period piece.
Oh, the first 15 minutes had me absolutely destroyed on the floor in a puddle of my own tears. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you started playing. Yeah, sorry. But
I hate shrink wrap.
But yeah, certainly with the first game, I really enjoyed it, and it was like that first game that felt it was more. The photorealism was kind of not being just a part of it. It was indiscernible from the rest of the game at a good level.
And it predated Death Stranding's use of ladders as well.
It did, yeah. But certainly with Death Stranding, the trailer stuff that we've seen there was the quality that came across in some characters' faces was great, and others looked a bit weird. So they've still got that uncanny shit going on between. It's not consistent, you know.
Well, that's always the case. I mean, look at Spider-Man on the PS4. I've made the unusual choice of taking my glasses off to rub my eye. Now I can't get them on because of my earphones. Bollocks. There we go. Yeah, Spider-Man on the PS4. It was like, obviously all the main characters look great, but some of the people in like the shelter that Aunt May worked at, whoa, they were like PS2 era faces.
Yeah, that does happen, but it's just where you put your money in it. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Last of Us 2 because it gives me a chance to have a nice kind of reminisce and maybe start playing the first game completely again. Gives me enough time to get around and finishing it, and then I can start playing the second one.
You say that now, but I guarantee you will not have done it by the time you play the second one.
Well, I'll have to, really, because we'll end up reviewing it, won't we?
Well, of course we will, yeah. That's a definite one, that.
So I'd be a bit stupid to play the second one if I don't know what happened at the end of the first one. Unless it's a prequel.
I doubt it's a prequel, seeing as Ellie's a little bit more grown up.
Or maybe it's her mum.
Don't think so. Her mum would have been the age in the trailer when society was still about. Booyah!
Well, let's not talk too much because you might be giving away story plot here.
Yes. No.
Okay. But yeah, I'm interested to see both of those games come out, actually. I'm quite excited. I like those kind of, not RPG, but that kind of action story game. It just, both the RPG element in Cyberpunk will be excellent. And also, I think if you get the same kind of chemistry that you had in the first Last of Us in the second one, it could be good. Mm-hmm. But time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, with Cyberpunk, the only sort of thing I'm looking at, I'm not sure if I like that, is the fact that it's first person. Because if I've got like this fucking ninja cyborg death machine in a trench coat, obviously, because they have to be in a trench coat, it's the law. I kind of want to see them, not just like see what they're seeing. You know what I mean? Yeah,
but I don't think it took away from Deus Ex.
No, but in Deus Ex, whenever you did any cool shit, it went third person, didn't it?
Yeah, maybe well in this one. Who knows?
It's possible, but yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, it was fine in like Resident Evil 7, so maybe I'm worrying about nothing. But I just kind of really expected it to be third person before they announced it, and when they sort of announced it as first person, I was kind of like, I'm kind of surprised you're doing that. We'll see. Because it kind of like gives the impression they're going to be focusing a lot on gunplay. So if you like your Street Samurai and shit like that, it's going to be a little bit awkward, maybe.
Yeah, well, I think we're too early to say kind of how it's going to turn out.
Oh God, absolutely. Yeah, we're
postulating, aren't we? It's got props. I mean, if you look at history, as long as it doesn't do the Bioware magic, as Jim Sterling's son talks about, as long as they don't do that and they actually can continue their quality, then I think we're in store for a fantastic, deep, meaningful, enthralling RPG.
Yeah, I am hyped for it. Definitely, that is probably one of the two games that I'm super hyped for at the moment.
Yeah,
with the second being Vampire, obviously.
Yeah, I'm not fussed by that. Yeah.
Oh, tough shit. We're gonna review it.
Well, you can.
Goosebumps, bitch! I got goosebumps.
You might have got goosebumps, but there's games you don't want to play.
Yeah, and I fucking play them
sometimes. I mean, to be fair, there's some games like I've done that on with like Assassin's Creed, where it was so pitiful to play on the fucking on the console that it was just awful. It was Odyssey, wasn't it?
Yeah, I did want to play that as well. It just happened that I turned out to like that.
Yeah, weird. See, and I hated it because I couldn't play the fucker. But yeah, so I think that's an interesting, and I think every podcast I'm going to mention this. But where the fuck is my Infamous game? Like, I want a new Infamous game. Like, this is the telling point now. This is getting tiresome. It's getting really tiresome.
Why don't you email Sucker Punch and ask them?
Do you know what? That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. You might get like an exclusive breaking news thing that we could like use to garner views and shit.
That both of the people listening would actually have knowledge of.
Well, not if you put a thumbnail saying Sucker Punch exclusive, infamous.
Maybe I'll do that for this podcast.
Yeah, but that would be a lie because we don't have the exclusive yet.
That's how you succeed on YouTube, though, isn't it? It's lying, clickbait, and abusing animals or kids. You know, that's how you do it.
Seeing as ProJared is now lost over 250,000 subscribers, I'm not sure we would go that way.
Well, look at Logan Paul. You know, he hasn't suffered.
Yeah, he's going out with Chloe Bennett. How the fuck does that happen?
No idea, mate. Just stop reminding me.
Ugh.
But things like that. I mean, the whole cat and crab thing. The fucking knob jockey. What's his face? Randy Pitchford.
Yep.
Put out and said, "Oh, it's just an experiment." Like, shut up, you idiot.
Yeah, he's just, because it's a privately owned company. You know, he's the boss. That he can do what he fucking likes. If it was a privately owned company, he would have had his ass fired so many times. He just needs to shut up.
Yeah, well, he won't. So let's move on from. I brought him up, and I'm going to move on from him.
Fair enough. I've already said my bit.
Yeah.
Although I think I did miss out something actually on the video.
Go on then. Got your chance.
Yeah, I know I got my chance. I can't remember it again, you bastard.
This is such a professional podcast. Come on.
I'm like fucking Sam Beckett after he's just leaped.
You're more like Ziggy.
Ziggy was the computer.
Exactly. No personality.
I'm a little handset that goes. Now, if it comes to me, I shall bring it up because there was something I meant to mention, one of his list of fucking ridiculousness things, but I think it flew me by.
Well, while you're doing that, or while you're thinking of it, I'll just give a rundown on an indie game that I was playing recently that I absolutely think is fantastic and you should check it out. Katana Zero. Some of you may have heard of it, some of you may have played it, some of you may have bought it. Fantastic kind of story, side-scrolling action game, I suppose, where you can actually control or slow down time in real time. So when people shoot at you with guns, you can actually, you play as this ninja basically, and you can hit their bullets back at them. But obviously only when they're slowed down in time because they move really quickly, like bullets do. And the story's quite kind of engaging for an indie game. The action's satisfying enough. You do feel like a fucking ninja, or samurai, sorry. And it's really, really good and well put together. It's another game from our publishers, one of my favourites, Devolver Digital, and it does a damn fine job. I love it when people don't shoot for, or they shoot for the stars, but the moon's good enough type things, where games are just well done for what they are. They're not trying to be the next AAA like blockbuster. They're just doing something. They've got a vision in mind, and they go out and they achieve that vision with the tools that they have at their disposal. Just fantastic. Really loved it.
Lovely.
Have you thought of what you were going to say now?
No.
I was just enthralling you with my review, weren't you?
No, I saw an advert for a Devolver Digital game, and normally they're like the indie games sort of 8-bit look type guys.
Yeah.
And this one like really sort of AAA. I was like, oh, what are they doing? I'm just trying to find what that is.
Are you talking about American Fugitive?
I don't know what that is, so possibly.
Well, I don't think it's from them. I think it's from Clifftop. But this American Fugitive game is kind of playing on the, I'd say nostalgia, but the love of doing the top-down kind of GTA style of game, where you play as a guy escaping from prison, and you have to burgle houses, do some missions here and there, steal cars, but you have the police chasing you, and you can change your clothes to like get them off your scent. When you break into a house to steal stuff, police are called, and you have like 30 seconds to get out, searching a room takes time, and then you go around the rooms, get your stuff, get out, and then get away from where you are so they don't catch you. And if they see you, they hunt you down and say it's a man in a red shirt and whatever. And you have to go and change your clothes. It is really, really good fun. And I might end up doing a bit of a review on that over the next few weeks.
No, I think it was observation.
What you mean, Observer?
No, observation. It's I think it's like I've been seeing adverts where it's like this woman in a space station or something. Yeah, the game describes a sci-fi thriller puts the player in the control of a space station AI in order to recover from the sudden mysterious loss of its crew.
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah, it looks really weird.
Yeah, it does, but it looks far more sort of upmarket than the usual fare graphically, is what I'm saying.
Well, it might be one to check out. I would like us to do more kind of indie game reviews, to be fair. I think we do miss them out. Yeah, we can keep the new ones coming on. I think it's a bit of a gold mine because some of those like games like Undertale, for example, did fantastically for me on Twitch. When I was playing through that, I had some really nice big streams from what I would do. Not that I've streamed in about a year and a half, but it was good fun to play through because it was such an engrossing kind of meta game as well. It's just the actual standalone, so that was good.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of reminds me of System Shock backwards, maybe. Like observation, I mean. Yeah,
wasn't there you looked at that kind of demo thing, wasn't there a remake coming out?
Yeah, they abandoned that in the end.
Oh, did they? Okay. That's a shame.
Yeah, because apart from the inventory not working, it was all right.
Yeah, that's kind of a deal breaker, isn't it, really?
Yeah, but it was only a demo.
Yeah, so, I mean, what do you think about the whole indie game review sort of thing? Do you want to consider doing that? Because, I mean, we're making a decision live on the podcast here.
Ooh. Does that mean I have to pay attention now?
Yes, it does.
Fuck.
No, just basically doing indie game reviews. We've done a couple in the past, and obviously I've done Warframe, which is technically indie. But, yeah, it was kind of... I think it'd be nice to do and show some love to the indie crowd, really, because there's a lot of good games out there.
Well, plus, when we go through lists of games coming out, we just go, yeah, that looks shit, that looks shit, that looks shit. That looks interesting. Do you want to do that? No, that looks shit. Okay.
I don't like Assassin's Creed. Oh, I like this one.
Yeah, didn't they, like, wasn't like the location of the new one announced or leaked or whatever?
I think, aren't they not doing one this year?
I don't know. I heard that it was leaked. I think it's like in China or something, maybe.
Maybe I
don't quote me on that, or I might be getting confused, which happens a lot.
I think they're not doing it because they had The Division coming out, and or there's something else from Ubisoft coming out soon. No! I think. Do you know what I think they're doing? Actually, is the next Watch Dogs.
Oh God, that was the worst answer I could have hoped for.
But it's I don't know what it's going to look like. I think I might have seen some like preliminary sort of game ideas of what it's going to be like. But I kind of like the series. I don't like the second game much, but I prefer it to the first one. But I don't really think that it's going to be something as good as the first one. However badly downgraded it was the first of its kind. So
yeah, I mean, I've just bought Far Cry 5, and I'm really enjoying it actually.
Is that the American one?
Yeah, it's like the American sort of. I think it's like in a forest basically with cultists.
Cultists, all right.
Yeah, I'm actually quite digging it, to be fair. And you get a doggy, which is cool.
Yeah, but you don't like dogs in games. You shoot them all the time. Every time we played Division, you shot the fucking dogs.
I was trying to harvest their meat.
But you knew you couldn't do that after the first time. Why did you continue to shoot them?
Well, it might have been a bug.
It was not a bug.
Well, I didn't know that. I had to find out.
Yeah, so I think they might not be doing an Assassin's Creed this year, actually.
Oh, that's interesting. Probably for the best.
Well, yeah. Oh, do you know what I saw the other day? Was a video from a guy doing a kind of life in times of Total Biscuit.
Oh, I saw that video. I didn't actually watch it though because I was like, it's a bit soon.
No, it's a really good video because there's lots of parts of his kind of earlier sort of online presence I had no idea he was part of. I didn't know he was such a big WoW player because I only
Oh yeah,
encountered him much later on.
yeah, and obviously he's been very involved with Blizzard, what with his StarCraft 2 commentary and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, he did that quite sort of mid on this video, but doing his gaming podcast video thing, radio show for people in WoW, playing music, and he was actually rapping and stuff and crazy shit like that. And then took you through, and then had like the bits where I didn't know they actually did this, but Rebecca from Digital Extremes, on the day that they found out he'd passed away, they basically went up and said, "We're not doing a stream today," and they were kind of obviously tearful and upset, but just saying, "Oh, he did such a big thing for us at Warframe," which he did, and we know that. But it just kind of like, we're not going to do it today, so take care and we'll see you soon type thing. And I thought it was like, that's real gravitas of a personality, isn't it? When if you pass away and people have to stop what they're doing, people that have probably never even met you, and they're not
Yeah,
just doing it for views.
yeah. I felt. I mean, I sort of got on the. I discovered TB sort of with the Mass Effect 3 sort of. Was it Mass Effect? No, it was Mass Effect 3 where they released like the day one DLC with the Prothean.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched, that was the first TB video I watched, and I sort of watched it. I'm like, oh, it's a PC game and thinks what I think. Great. So, but I found like sort of as it got closer to the end, he became, and as you would, he became a lot more sort of acidic.
Mm.
It wasn't just
You
sort
mean?
of
Oh, here's a good word
light-hearted.
for you. Acerbic. There you go.
Well, it was acidy as well, but there you go.
But that's how I describe him. Very acerbic towards the end.
But yeah, but I mean, you sort of give him a 3 pass on that because fuck, he's dying.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, yeah, he had like one of the worst kind of endings where it was like he was very, very young, and he had really aggressive cancer, and he didn't go and see somebody about it, which he admits very freely in some of his videos talking about the subject. So if anyone is feeling a bit weird in your bum, and a bit of colon trouble,
Stick your finger up it.
well, you could do that and then go and see a doctor. Go and get some help.
Stick your finger up it anyway. Make you feel better.
Because us blokes, we are shit at that. We're shit at going to the doctor.
Yeah, I'm absolutely fucking terrible.
That's only because he'll probably pronounce you dead when you arrive. So,
Yeah, it's like, well, how are you still alive? Fucking hell, you're 90% liver.
but yeah, it's, I feel like I've lost 90% of my liver. So yeah, it's all good.
Depends what you were drinking.
I was drinking ale.
Oh no, that would have bloated it. You would be all right.
But yeah, it was a really nice video to watch and sort of go through his life and times, and it was a sincere documentary on his life. I can't remember the channel's name. I feel so cheap, but it was a single guy doing this for the Tittle Biscuit, and he was a big fan. And he actually had.
What does his marital status have to do with it?
What?
He says a single guy.
Oh right, yeah, good joke, nice one.
Yeah, it went well until you no-sold it.
Yeah, I did my best. But yeah, so there's some good content coming out at the moment, gaming wise, and sort of really good quality stuff. That I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
Oh dear, that came out of nowhere. Oh. Yeah, so there's lots of good content coming out, gaming wise at the moment. I'm really, really happy that people are finding ways to, or finding things to talk about game wise, and not just doing, let's plays. Let's face it, are dead on YouTube. It's never going to take off.
No, but we still do it.
Well, we do it now and again because it's a fun video to do for a game that's got a worthy cause to do a let's play for. But most of the time, I think, people will come onto YouTube. They'll be looking for those kind of videos that you can interact with or have an opinion about. Hence why your ProJared and Randy Pitchford videos have done so well, because it's adding something to the debate.
Well, it was more or less just recapping the debate, to be honest, and giving my own opinion.
Yeah, but your opinion as for example, for ProJared, it's something that has been you've been a fan for a long time, and this is a fan for a long time that's now pissed off.
Well, the thing with the ProJared one is I did the video, and then the day before it went live, and then the day it went live, a load more came out. I was like, fuck her, of course. Why not? Bastard.
Well,
God.
This is what happens. This is why we should put videos out every day.
There's a new Rambo coming out. Jesus.
No.
Yeah. Rambo 5, Last Blood.
It's called Last... Is it really called Last Blood?
Yep.
Oh, God. But the last Rambo thing... The last Rambo film that I saw, and this is going to get really confusing. Have you seen the last Rambo? Yes.
John Rambo.
Yeah, but think about the discussions that are going to really fuck people up. People say, have you seen the last Rambo? And they'll get confused with the Last Blood. And then they'll be like, well, I saw the last Rambo, yeah. Oh, do you mean the last one or the one with Last Blood in it? It's going to get confusing.
Or have you seen the first one? What? First Blood Part 2? No. They always have fucking weird titles.
Well, it's one of the few books or films I've actually read.
You read the Rambo book. Apparently it's completely different.
Yep, it is.
He dies, doesn't he? Spoiler!
There's no spoilers here, not from me. But it is a different take and a different way of writing that you would expect it to be. You'd expect it to be like the film from the perspective of Rambo, but it actually splits it between
him and the sheriff, yeah?
Yeah, I can't remember. Was it Tinney or something? I can't remember his name. Who's the sheriff? What's the sheriff's name?
I don't know.
Like Tilsley or something. I can't remember. But it kind of flips between the two. So you got a bit where he's chasing Rambo and a bit where like Rambo's doing stuff. But Rambo never speaks ever, or hardly ever. I think he says like 2 or 3 lines to people. That's about it.
Well, doesn't Troutman?
That's the general guy, isn't it? Yeah,
that's the general guy. Yeah, not the sheriff.
I can't be asked to look it up, but yeah. But everyone knows it's the guy who's an arsehole, treats him like shit, tries to push him on, and encounters a war. So,
I'm just going for my suggested videos on YouTube to see if I find that channel that did the Total Biscuit thing, so we could say go see that.
I think it's called like Life and Times of John Bain. I think.
Why don't I try searching rather than just scrolling through a whole lot of Warhammer 40k videos?
That would be a good idea, Lee. Well done.
Yeah, okay. Life in Times.
I think it was Life in Times or...
Wow, there's a lot of stuff on here for that.
Yeah, he was quite popular. Did you know? Oh, he's found it. Has he found it?
6 days ago by Different Level.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, Different Level. There you go.
Well done. Both of you can go and watch him now.
Yeah, mission complete.
And
where's my experience points?
Tell him that we sent you as well. That's obviously really important.
Well, not Total Biscuit. That'd be a waste of time.
Yeah. Although I don't know if anyone's curating his channel.
I think Jenna was looking after it for a while, but I'm not sure if there's any new stuff. I think there may still be podcasts going up, like the gaming one they used to do.
Oh yeah,
which I can't remember the name of, but whatever.
What, the one with Dodger and stuff in?
Yeah, and the insufferable Jesse Cox.
The co-optional.
That's the one.
And it was also called something else in earlier days, I believe, as well. But yeah, so it's going to be an interesting kind of who's going to sort of take his place, really, like because I think it's been a year since he's passed. That's why that kind of video popped up.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I think he died we're we're recording this on the 30th of May, and it happened like on the 28th. I think he passed away, or maybe even before that.
Yeah, it was 6 days ago, so it would make sense.
Oh, yeah, okay. 24th, 25th. But yeah, so I wonder who's going to kind of step into his shoes in that space, because I think he was a needed critic.
Well, I think the most comparable one would be Jim Sterling to some degree.
Yeah, but Jim isn't as game reviewer. He's more like game news, isn't he?
Yeah, there's not really sort of outside of outlets and like the people that are just trying to do like a critical review. There's not really anybody out there that is supplying their own sort of ironic humour to the reviews, apart from us.
Yes, we are funny. Maybe Ranton is going to be the new Total Biscuit. He's got the right kind of credentials.
He'll need to get the poop and the Hitler out of his videos.
Well, he gets his poop out quite often, so...
Not in his videos, out of his videos.
Did you see his Rage 2 review?
I did.
Exceptionally funny. Well done, Ranton.
Indeed, but we should be counterpointing it soon.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's Ranton is just a force of nature, and the fact that he's having some trouble, a bit of burnout recently, that's for we think he's okay now because he's still making videos, but his review style is just fantastic. I think the guy is an absolute genius.
Yeah, I mean he's toned it back, but he's still kept in sort of some of the sort of almost Family Guy quick cut of humour that he has.
One thing I don't understand with Ranton is how the fuck can he remember and work in a literally half a second clip and fit it into the review like that. I mean, that's just astounding editing.
Oh, I could do that. I just can't be asked.
Bullshit. Prove it. Next video you do something like that. I don't mean shit on the floor, all right?
I've already done something like that.
Well, once. You did one edit once.
I put in a Benny Hill theme tune when I couldn't find a wine glass in Fahrenheit.
Well done. That's eclipsing all Ranton humour, isn't it?
Which got the video monetized by the people that own the song.
Exactly. You gave money to Benny Hill instead of making a funny.
Well, I wasn't monetizing it myself, so I didn't lose anything. God forbid we lose our 13 cents a year.
Mate, you have no idea how many views you need to get 13 cents.
Oh no, we could earn up to 13 cents according to Social Blade.
That's bullshit. Social Blade is a lie. Honestly, I used to use that towards the end of my days on my own original channel. It's completely and utterly wrong. It's a good guide, but it's more like near the bottom end than the top end because you can't tell how many CPMs you're getting.
So you mean like
so it's
I've been watching ProJared's subscribers count go down on it for the last 3 weeks.
Subs is fine because that's an accurate review. It's where you're looking at money earned per month or per year and shit like that. That's a real.
Well, it gives you a range.
Yeah, but the range is more like just look at the bottom number, and that's probably what you're going to get.
Okay, 6 cents then.
Fair enough, but yeah, it's a different animal these days anyway. It's a lot more difficult because a lot of people have ad blockers. A lot of people, I think unless you're watching stuff on mobile, it's the only way you can not have an ad blocker. So,
yeah, who does that apart from? Well, I don't know. Actually, most of our views come from desktops, don't they?
Can't remember. I haven't looked recently, but you could probably count them on one hand most of the time anyway. So it's hard to really get any stats.
One thing I have noticed is they've started doing back-to-back adverts on YouTube now.
Oh, like a stream of like 2 or 3.
Well, they'll do like ad one of 2, and sometimes you'll do the skip ad button. It will skip them both, and then you'll do a skip ad button and it will only skip one. And sometimes it won't let you skip at all.
Yeah, that's the different kind of payments that people are paying Google to do.
Yeah, so it's a little bit annoying, but it's still free content. So
at the end of the day, it's. Yeah, I don't want to talk about YouTube for half an hour, but it's not quite the same animal as it used to be.
No, there's a lot less tits on it.
I mean, we've been doing this for how long now? What, 4 years?
Yeah, getting there.
Just over 4 years. So it's we're still here talking bullshit, but we kept to a schedule, and that's a fucking achievement.
Yeah, but we haven't made penny off of it.
Well, no, because it's a habit, isn't it? It's a hobby.
Yes. So I mean, like the changes to the algorithm and how they monetize and stuff like that. We're just kind of like waves.
Yeah, I mean, most people, if they want to make money from YouTube, like Ranton, he has his Patreon. We do quote Ranton a lot, but he's a good friend to the channel, so he has his Patreon and other merch and stuff. I do have his T-shirt I will wear it on video at some point for you, Anton, just to prove.
He has to watch our videos, though, because I'm a Patreon and you bought his T-shirt.
Yeah, we've bought his fucking loyalty. Yeah.
Well, my buying of his loyalty is ongoing.
That's because
I'm renting his loyalty.
But yeah, I think he's definitely gonna. He's destined for bigger things. That's clear. But YouTube is not going to be his friend. So he does need to make money through other means of Patreon and merch.
And his bottom.
And we've never seen his other half either. She's always behind the camera.
We've seen her hands.
Yeah, but we haven't seen her face.
She has nice hands. I think we may have seen her sort of fleetingly as well. I think she's a brunette.
Well, that narrows it down, doesn't
it? Well, it does actually when you consider the amount of blonde and redhead people in the world.
True. But yeah, let's move on from YouTube and YouTube personalities. Have you got any other gaming news?
Sorry, I was just thinking about closing in on Anton's wife.
I don't think that's going to happen. It's just not going to happen, is it? Maybe you're his wife.
Me?
Yeah.
How could I possibly be his wife?
There's a new conspiracy. Maybe Ranton is married to Lee.
He would never go for somebody with as thick ankles as me.
You never know. He might just draw a tash on it and then shit on the floor. But oh, he's going to hate me for that one. Anyway, right, so we're talking about gaming news. Is there anything else on the peripheries? Because I can't think of any other gaming news to discuss now.
Well, there are rumours, and I will say rumours, of a Witcher 3 port to the Switch.
Ooh.
Yep, it's not been officially confirmed, but it is rumoured that it may be happening. Some people think it will be a streaming service, thus not available in this country, because they are streaming stuff like Assassin's Creed Odyssey to the Switch in Japan. But not in this country, as I say. So a lot of people are like, well, it may be that, but we've seen box art, but it could have been knocked up, and there's like pricing for it. Potentially, you don't really pay for a streaming service like that, like per game. So it's all very sort of up in the air, and like CG Projekt Red haven't said anything, and it's all very mercurial.
Ooh, good word. I like that. But yeah, I would have hope for that because of I mean, if we can play Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Warframe on the Switch, it's definitely got the guts to do a game like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, Assassin's Creed Odyssey was streamed, so it's not like the internals actually rendering it, is it? It's just sending the inputs and receiving the video, isn't it? Which is why the Stadia is just like a little tiny box with nothing in it, or will be. Oh
God, that's going to be a car crash. I can't see that working.
It also sounds like a venereal disease.
What, Switch?
Stadia.
Yeah, it does sound a bit strange. I mean, why do we have to? I mean, you can be guaranteed someone on a fucking huge salary came up with that name. Thinking they were fucking
an undeserved salary.
Well, clearly, because it doesn't mean anything. Like, what, multiple stadiums? Like, what's that really got to do with a handheld or even a streaming console?
I have no idea.
I mean, why didn't you just call it like something Google?
What, Google gaming thing?
Well, I mean, I just think Stadia is just such a boring name.
It is fairly ambiguous.
I mean, at least Microsoft tried it with like Xbox, which even come from the DirectX, wasn't it? DirectX Video.
Well, yeah, DirectX was pretty revolutionary for PC gaming, though, in fairness.
Yeah, but they got it from that, and it was like a good name. Xbox, it had a bit of a ring to it. It kind of, everyone knew what it was because it was an unusual name. But Stadia is just a word. Like, it's a word that could be used in the English language 15 years ago. Xbox, you couldn't. I mean, PlayStation, you couldn't.
Rubbish. I always referred to my Xbox back in the day.
Okay, before the Xbox.
Yeah, before the Xbox.
How? How did you refer?
I was referring to my penis.
You called your penis Xbox.
Yeah.
We've reached that level in the podcast now, have we?
Well, it was the 90s. X was the whole thing, wasn't it? You had the X-Files, Extreme.
X-penis.
Yes, it can shoot crimson beams from the tip.
Oh, fuck. We've reached that moment in the podcast where we need to start winding it up because you're talking about your penis.
Well, I'm the only one drinking here, so if you were drinking as well, you could be talking about your penis too.
That is true, but unfortunately, nobody's now listening because we've been going on for like 50 minutes.
We should do like an animated thing with my penis, be like, no, 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 no.
Now, what you've made me now realise or remember is that clip from the South Park movie with Saddam Hussein wobbling his penis at the devil. I love you. Oh, that film was fucked up.
Did you just compare my penis to Saddam Hussein?
I think I did, yeah.
Well, it has destroyed many indigenous cultures.
Oh fuck! How do we stop this? I have no clue apart from just to stop recording. So should we do a bit of a sign up before you make another penis joke?
You better be quick.
Okay, guys. Well, thanks for listening to the Overbite Gaming podcast while he's thinking up how to interrupt me with a penis joke. Please let us know down in the comments what you thought of today's podcasty video. And if you want to see us do some more, then let us know some topics you'd like us to cover. Leave us a comment down below. Drop us a like. Share the video. Subscribe. Become part of the Overbite family. It's all good stuff. So, Lee, would you like to say a little thing before your penis joke?
My penis is in a floaty wheelchair and can control things with its mind.
I'm so glad you cut out there. Brilliant. So we're shutting down the podcast now. I think the time has come to stop talking about genitals and gaming and just leave it there. So thank you for watching and listening. We've been Overbite Gaming and we love you all very, very dearly. So come back and see us again soon.
Take it easy, guys.
Okay, love you. Bye-bye.